Khan, Shalom. First of all, to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Loading videos, edifying. Loading your Akim, get something from this video. Quick video through the spirit. One thing I was actually thinking about was the reason, some of the reasons why 2/3 of our people won't make it, and it's due to a couple different things, but really just the Lord ain't dealing with 2/3 of our people, okay? And 2/3 of our people have this attitude and this. I won't even say attitude, but they have this way about them to where it's like they can't get right, no matter what, scripture you break down to them, no matter, how much times you prove that they're an Israelite, no matter if they even see prophecies unfolding, it's just like scripture said, their mind is seared with a hot iron, and ultimately, the Lord is blocking their mind, from receiving this truth, But I just want to grab this real quick. Like I said, it's going to be a quick video. I got to get to got some running around to do, man. I'm doing some traveling. I got to get back to, the home state or whatever. So, but I just wanted to make this video before I left this Airbnb. While I had a little bit of time to get it done. So without further ado, let's get it. This is Numbers 14, and I'll start at 2. It says, and all the children, and I'm bouncing around. I'm not going to get the whole chapter. If bros want to read the whole chapter, I suggest you do, so you can get the whole story. But for time purposes, I'm just going to grab a couple precepts I have highlighted and go from there. So it's Numbers 14:2. It says, and all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, would the Most High that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would the Most High we had died in this wilderness? And you have to realize and understand that, this is after seeing the miracles. This is after seeing the plagues of Egypt. This is after the parting of the top of the Red Sea. This is after, the chariots. You know what I'm saying? This is after the many miracles that the Lord has showed us. Our people were still they were still unbelieving, and they were ungrateful and unthankful, and they still had captivity on their mind. And this translates even to this day. Jake see us out there on the highways and byways teaching and preaching his word, but yet, they still have they still would rather take counsel of America, this modern day Babylon. You know what I mean? They still would rather do this. They would rather, bullshit, party. I was actually somewhere yesterday, leaving this restaurant, and you had this older woman, older N-dub, and she had a circle of so-called black women, in the parking lot. She was telling them, she was using the scriptures to justify them basically acting lewdly, because the place where we was at, it was a lot of lewd activity, like a lot of, girls, dancing, shaking their ass and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you had the older women encouraging that, and you would think that the elder of the women would stop that. You know what I mean? Hey, you should have more class than that. Hey, you should have more. You would think that they're supposed to really be teaching the younger generations. And she was old. She was old enough to be their grandmother, and she was talking like some of their grandmothers, and she was talking like that. You know what I mean? She was actually encouraging the behavior, and it goes to show you that, we don't have a culture. You know what I'm saying? Our culture has been broken. America has broken our people. and they broke our people mentally to the point to where they think black culture is our culture. And when you really study and go into black culture, or I've lived it, you know what I mean? I tell you, it's not a culture that you want to, it's not a culture. It's not anything you should be proud of. And when the rest of the world looks and laughs at us, and not only do they do that, they profit off of us, they profit off of our ignorance, you know what I mean? But Jake is willingly ignorant, you know? This is Numbers 14 and 3. It says, "And wherefore hath the Lord Yahweh brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?" And so basically they're showing doubt here. Jacob, oh man, the Lord bring us to Egypt, you know what I mean, to kill us, to this, to that, to the, you know what I mean? They were doubting, you know what I mean? They were doubting, really making the Lord angry, 4 says, "And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt." Right? And they wanted to go back into Egypt. Right? They want to make a after everything. Go back into captivity. For what? And this is the same mind that Jake has today. Okay, 5, it says, "Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel." So, Moses and Aaron fell on their faces. Like, can you imagine how frustrating that had to be? Here it is that, you're being set apart. You're being set apart, man. You're being, we are godly people, you know what I mean? But yet we have ones that are part of us that are not so godly, okay? They're not, you know what I mean? This is, let me go down to, let me read 9, Numbers 14, verse 9. It says, only rebel not ye against the Lord Yahweh, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord Yahweh is with us. Fear them not. It's like, let me go down to 11. I was saying, people broke me. Yeah. It says, this is 11, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they." It says, "And Moses said unto the Lord Yahweh, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land, for they have heard that thou, Lord Yahweh, art among this people, that thou, Lord Yahweh, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of cloud and in a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord Yahweh is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So, the Lord was getting ready to, wipe out, take out Jake. He basically, you know what I mean? And you got to realize and understand how furious the Lord was with our people. Okay, and ultimately, that didn't happen. The Lord is merciful. Okay, now the Lord can do whatever he wants, you know, but the Lord is merciful, man, and long suffering. Okay, it says Numbers 14:22. And this is what I wanted to get. It says, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. So you got Jake that's even in today's time, the new promise is what? The kingdom. You got Jake that's not finna enter into it the first go around. Now, is the Lord still dealing with Israel? Yes. Israel is the elect people, but there's the elect within the elect. You have 144,000 in the 1/3, which the 144,000 is a part of the 1/3. Okay, but it's an elect within an election, the elect people, right? 2/3 of our people aren't going to get it this go around. The 1/3 of our people is, okay. So the Lord didn't do away with Jake as a whole. The Lord kept some grapes, okay, but you have some wild grapes that the Lord that's going to be get rid of, okay. The Lord kept grapes, man, okay. And Lord willing, I'm one of those men that the Lord have mercy on, and me and my household get delivered. You and you, Akim, your households get delivered, man, and Lord willing, we get to keep pushing. Lord willing, we make it on this, first go around. You know what I mean? And Lord willing, we be protected from the things to come, because, our enemies, are going to show the world why we call them our enemies, and we call them deceivers and devils, and they're going to understand. The world is going to understand. They're going to show their horns, man. You know what I mean? And the Lord is going to protect his men. The Lord said, "I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy." Okay, but if you're faint-hearted, you won't be defended. So again, Lord, the Lord have mercy on me and my house. Lord willing, you, Akim, the Lord have mercy on you and your house. And Lord willing, I get to keep pushing. Lord willing, you bros get to keep pushing, man. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.